How to start Viper in Final Fantasy XIV and actually understand it. You can start the Viper questline in Uldad, do a tutorial mission and be told to check out the tooltips to learn what you're doing. Easy peasy bro, I've done this before, hold my beer, let's get to it. Holy Moogle Palms, what did I sign up for? Hey, what's up everyone, it's Phil Meyer. This video will give you a quick start on how to use and understand the Viper job. Viper received several changes in patch 7.05, and this video is a revised version of my first Viper guide, accounting for those changes. Vipers are fast and furious melee hunters that string together different combos, weaving together global and off-global cooldown abilities. When playing a Viper, both your hotbar and Viper sight gauge might look like something out of Dance Dance Revolution rather than Final Fantasy. You can be effective in the job without fully understanding what's happening, but it's much more fun if you do. Let's start by getting the easy stuff out of the way first. Being a melee DPS job, the Viper utilizes the core melee DPS class abilities. These are more straightforward to understand from the tooltips, and if you've played another melee job before, you've already got it. I'll touch on these in the video, but we won't go in depth on them. Viper has a ranged attack called Writhing Snap. When you can't get in close to your target and you still want to do damage, use this. Viper also has a targeted gap closer called Slither. When you're far away from your target and you don't want to be, use this to move in fast. Before we get into Viper's combos, there are a couple things I want you to know up front. The single target combos will have you moving between flank and rear attack positions for maximum damage, and all of the level 80 combo patterns will have you juggling between refreshing 2 buffs on yourself while alternating attack skills. The 2 buffs you'll use to enhance your attacks are Hunter's Instinct, which will make your attacks more powerful, and Swift Scaled, which will make you faster. Several of your other attacks also apply unique buffs to you, but the specifics of these are less important to remember. They are each meant to buff up another attack as you make your way through a combo again. It'll make more sense when we get there. As for switching between flank and rear attacks, here's a tip for understanding your target's orientation. Whenever you target an enemy, its target ring will show you where its 4 sides are. The solid arrow shows the direction the enemy is facing, the outline arrows indicate its flanks, and the enemy's rear will be represented by a gap in the target ring. If your enemy is not affected by attack positions, the target ring will be a full circle with no gap. Also, if you're unable to move into the optimal position for a flank or hind attack, you can use the melee DPS class ability True North to temporarily nullify the directional requirement. Now let's really get into it by taking a look at Viper's primary single target attack combo. Once you understand this combo tree and all the buffs and positionals it uses, the other Viper combos will be much easier to understand. The combo is performed with only 3 actions that you'll slot onto your hotbar. These are Steel Fangs, Reaving Fangs, and Serpent's Tail. These 3 actions will automatically morph into other actions as you progress through the combo. You can open the combo with either Steel Fangs or Reaving Fangs. For your first attack, it doesn't matter which skill you use as they both have the same base damage potency. Each of these attacks will grant you a honed buff that will increase the damage done by the opposite skill the next time through the combo. So, using Steel Fangs will buff your next Reaving attack, while using Reaving Fangs will buff your next Steel attack. After opening with either one of these attacks, they will then change into Hunter's Sting and Swiftskin Sting respectively. Both of these do the same amount of damage, with the difference being which buff they apply to you upon execution. Hunter's Sting grants you Hunter's Instinct, making you stronger, and Swiftskin Sting applies Swift Scaled, making you faster. Attack with either one of these, and the abilities will change once again into one of 4 different abilities depending on where you are in the combo rotation. Each of these 4 abilities are positional attacks, meaning they will do more damage depending on which side you're attacking your target from, but they all otherwise share the same base damage potency. Flank Sting Strike and Flank Sting Fang will do more damage when you're attacking your target from the side, while Hind Sting Strike and Hind Bane Fang do more damage from the rear. Each of these 4 attacks will also grant you a unique Venom buff, which will enhance one of the other 4 attacks the next time you work your way through the combo. We'll get back to that part in a moment. Attack with one of the 2 choices you'll have, which will then morph Serpent's Tail into the combo finisher called Death Rattle. This is an off-global cooldown ability that you should use immediately. It ends the combo with significant damage and is a use it or lose it ability. If instead you performed a different attack, Death Rattle will deactivate until you worked your way through the combo again. There are 9 different actions in this combo tree, and that could look pretty intimidating, but remember they're only performed with 3 buttons in the hotbar. So how do you pick which action to use in each stage of the combo? The game guides you through the combo rotation in 2 different ways. First, the hotbar buttons will glow whenever it is the best choice for that stage in the combo, based from the buffs you have acquired in any previous passes through the combo. This naturally guides you into reapplying your 2 different buffs in this combo, as well as picking the most potent attack in the 3rd stage of the combo. Whenever multiple buttons glow simultaneously, it means that either choice is equally viable at that point in the combo. So during the first pass through the combo, you'll see multiple buttons glow together. As you progress into additional passes of the combo, the indicators will be reduced. You'll additionally notice the Viper's Maw attack skills also light up as you work your way through this combo. Let's keep that in the back of our minds for now, and we'll come back to it later. The other guiding indicator is the Viper Sight gauge. The gauge will start out empty, and as you land your first hit, the bars in the Viper Sight gauge will start to fill in. In addition, Viper Sight will glow red when you're at stage 2 of the combo, and at stage 3 it will glow blue. After this, the gauge will glow yellow to indicate that either your steel or reaving attacks are strengthened for your next pass into the combo. When Viper Sight's left side is glowing, the steel side of the skill tree will also be lit up on the hotbar, and when the right side is glowing, the reaving side of the skill tree will be lit up instead. If both sides of Viper Sight are glowing, it means that either skill tree is equally viable. Viper Sight will match the hotbar highlighting, and you can use either one to determine how to progress in a combo. By using both of these indicators to help you determine your next action, you're guided through the combo. Really only need to remember to position yourself between flank and hind attacks. So now that we've covered each stage in this combo and how to follow the indicators, let's go through a couple rounds step by step to really hammer it home. I opened the first pass of the combo with either Steel Fangs or Reaving Fangs. After making the attack, I'll be granted a buff that will strengthen the opposite attack for the next round through the combo. Now, going into the second attack, since it's my first pass through the combo, either action in this stage is equally viable. I go with Swiftskin's Sting to give myself the speed buff. For the third combo attack, either of the hind attacks are equally powerful, so it doesn't matter which one I go with at this point, and I'm already at the target's rear, so I'll do extra damage from this position. This third attack gives me a new Venom buff, which will strengthen one of my flank attacks in the next pass through the combo. At the same time, it activates the off-global finisher Death Rattle, and I immediately use it to get in some quick extra damage. So now I'm heading into the second pass of the combo. Since the first pass ended in a rear attack, the next pass will end in a flank attack, so I've moved myself into position. Since I opened the first round with Reaving Fangs, I am buffed with Honed Steel. This means that my Steel Fangs attack is now the stronger choice, as shown by both the Viper Sight gauge and the glowing hotbar button. So that's what I'll start the combo with this time. Now I'm being directed to use Hunter's Sting, which will give me the Hunter's Instinct buff that I had yet to apply. On the combo's third attack, I'm being directed to use Flank Sting Strike because the Venom buff I acquired from the first combo pass makes this particular attack stronger than the other one, so that's what I'll attack with. I'll also get the extra positional damage from being at my target's flank. This attack left me with yet another Venom buff, which will enhance one of my hind attacks on the next pass of the combo. It also activated Death Rattle again, which I will immediately use to finish off the combo. Now I'll move back to the target's rear to prepare for the third pass through the combo, which will start again with Reaving Fangs because I opened the previous pass with Steel Fangs. Let's work through a few more passes of this combo without my commentary to give you a chance to observe it without interruptions. Alright, hopefully that step-by-step walkthrough makes it clearer as to what's going on in that combo. Now let's look at Viper's second combo, which focuses on area attacks. This one is simpler than the first combo and also uses 3 buttons on your hotbar. I can open the combo with either Steel Maw or Reaving Maw. When starting from scratch, it won't matter which one I go with as they both have the same base damage potency, and just like the single target attacks, each will grant me a honed buff which strengthens the opposite attack for the next pass into the combo. At stage 2 of the combo, I can use either Hunter's Bite or Swiftskin's Bite. These will buff me with either Hunter's Instinct or Swift Scaled respectively. At the third stage of the combo, I can use either Jagged Maw or Bloodied Maw. Both do the same amount of base damage, and whichever skill I choose to go with will give me a Venom that buffs the other skill the next pass through the combo. And now that I've made my third strike, Serpent's Tail has morphed into Last Lash, which is another off-global finishing attack that I will use immediately for extra damage. Now we can repeat the combo. I have the Hone Steel buff from my first pass through the combo, so this time I'll open with Steel Maw. In the second stage of this combo pass, I will use whichever skill will apply or extend whichever buff I need more of, Hunter's Instinct or Swift Scaled. When I get to the third stage of the combo, the indicators will guide me into whatever attack to use, which will be the attack that was strengthened by the Venom I acquired through the previous pass through the combo. So you can hopefully see that the AoE combo pattern is simpler than the single target pattern, and again, I'm mostly guided through it. What I mainly need to think about is choosing whichever skill will extend the buff I need more of during the second attack of the combo. Earlier we saw how opening the single target or area attack combos would cause attack skills to be highlighted in the other combo tree. This is because both of the steel attacks grant the same Honed Reaver's buff, and both Reaving attacks grant the same Honed Steel buff. Since the attacks use the same buffs, whenever you find yourself switching between single target and area attack combos, you can follow the glowing hotbar buttons to switch between them using the optimal attack. It might look confusing at first, but the key thing to remember is that a hotbar button will light up whenever you have a buff that makes that attack stronger. Alright, next let's look at the Vicewinder combo, which is a fast and even more powerful single target combo. This one can't be used as often since the opener has limited charges that recharge over time. This combo uses 5 buttons on the hotbar: Vicewinder, Hunter's Coil, Swiftskin's Coil, Twin Fang, and Twin Blood. We open the combo with Vicewinder, which then activates both coil attacks. Which one you should use next depends on your position to the target. Hunter's Coil will do more damage from your target's flank, and will also apply the Hunter's Instinct buff. Swiftskin Coil does more damage from the rear, and also applies the Swift Scale buff. Use whichever ability matches your position, and then ideally start circling your target to the other position. So if you were in the rear, move to the flank, and if you're in the flank, move to the rear. Using either coil attack will morph the Twin Fang and Twin Blood skills into activatable actions. At the same time, it gives you a Venom buff that will make one of these two skills more potent than the other. As you get into proper position for the next coil attack, you can use both newly activated bite attacks, starting with the highlighted attack. When you use the first bite attack, it will give you yet another Venom that will make the second bite attack more potent. After you've used both bite attacks, you should now be in position for the second coil attack, and you're basically mirroring what you just did before. Using the second coil attack will again activate the Twin Fang and Twin Blood abilities, letting you use both of these attacks once again to end the combo. Let's take another pass through this combo. First, open with Vicewinder, and then use Hunter's Coil if you're at the target's flank, or Swiftskin Coil if you're at the rear. After using the coil attack, adjust your position while also using both bite attacks in the order they are highlighted. Then attack with the remaining coil skill, and then again use both bite attacks. Let you observe a couple more passes of this combo. Alright, now let's take a look at Viper's fourth combo, which is the simplest as it requires the least thinking. It's similar to the Vicewinder combo, but focuses on area attacks and will also use 5 buttons on your hotbar. We open the combo with Vicepit, which will activate both Den skills. Hunter's Den grants the Hunter's Instinct buff, while Swiftskin's Den grants you the Swift Scaled buff. Positions are not applicable this time and will again use both attacks, so the order you go with isn't important. The Den attack will morph Twin Fang and Twin Blood into Thresh attacks, as well as, you guessed it, granting you yet another Venom buff that increases the potency of one of these two attacks. Use the Glowing attack, which will give you yet another Venom buff that will increase the potency of the remaining Thresh attack. After the second Thresh attack, use the remaining Den attack, and 2 more Thresh attacks for 3 more hits total, which ends the combo. Let's do that again with simpler commentary. Open with Vicepit, then use one of the Den attacks. Next, attack with whichever Thresh attack is highlighted, then the second Thresh attack. Use the remaining Den attack, which will let you do 2 more Thresh attacks, ending the combo. Just one more time to let you observe. Alright, so that's starting the Viper job. On the surface it looks complicated, and while I wouldn't call it simple, once you break it down it makes more sense. I can tell for the right type of player this will be a really fun job, and I'm one of those. This job has grown on me. If I end up creating more content for Viper, I'll make sure the videos are linked here in this end card. Thanks for watching the video, keep adventuring, and take care.